in the fight between Jack Della and Islam?
It's a good fight, but a tough fight. I go a little bit more on Islam.
New training footage of Islam Makhachev has caught the fight world's attention as he looks noticeably bigger and stronger while testing out new strategies ahead of his fight with Jack Della Maddalena. Meanwhile, with all eyes on his camp updates and physical changes, attention now shifts to how Islam is applying these adjustments toward his upcoming challenge. The focus isn't only on his size, but also on the balance between striking and wrestling drills, providing a clearer picture of where his preparation is headed. Additionally, Ariel Helwani and his panel talked about Islam Makhachev moving up to welterweight. They explained that as the top pound-for-pound fighter, he needs to win to keep his ranking. They also discussed Jack Della Maddalena and how a big win for him could raise his profile and put him in the conversation for major awards this year.
The favorite.
Yeah. Well, in the Islam case, he is the number one pound for pound. If he were not able to be welterweight champion, that would be a significant hit to his case to being the number one pound for pound, right? The expectation is like, if you're the number one pound for pound, you should be able to move up and get that belt. So I think it makes a lot of sense to be the favorite.
JDM gonna have a case for fighter of the year if he wins that fight.
Oh yeah,
big time.
The discussion then compared JDM's possible wins to other top fighters. They looked at Merab Dvalishvili and Magomed Ankalaev, checking their records and achievements.
yeah.
Big time.
Oh yeah.
Oh hell yeah.
Is he the
And
fighter?
I
of the
love
year?
that Craig Jones thing. I love the
think it'll
idea
be-
that he's.
I think it'll be between him and Merab.
What if Magomed wins?
2 wins
No.
over Alex.
Not bad.
Wait,
Not
but for
bad.
Merab that'll be three wins. Merab would be first. Okay, here's the thing.
Morale's front runner.
If Merab goes 3-0, but JDM goes 2-0, who gets the nod?
You have a little Ilya Alex
Yeah,
of
yeah,
last
yeah.
year.
Who gets the nod?
Man, taking out the number one pound for pound. That's tough. Bilal was also on like a 12-fight win streak.
Finally, they focused on how JDM's victories would compare to Magomed's results. They talked about repeat wins and how beating Islam, the number one pound for pound, is especially important. The panel agreed that strong and clear wins could boost a fighter's recognition, affect rankings, and make JDM a main contender for Fighter of the Year at the end of 2025.
Yeah, man. I think Merab gets the. I don't know. The win over Islam. It also depends on how he beats Islam, right? If he knocks him out or something.
Yeah.
We can have that conversation if they both retain their belts.
Very excited. Very
Sure.
excited about this. Now,
Magomed
just even
too.
talking about
If if Magomed has 2 wins over Pereira, and JDM has the 2 wins,
Oh, I'm going JDM.
JDM.
JDM for sure, because Alex is no longer as valuable a win on your resume the second time. The first time, 100%. The
Sure.
second time, not as much.
I also think JDM would have probably the 2 most impressive wins of the year.
If Magomed has 2 wins, JDM loses, but Pantoja has 2 wins.
What about Ilya Taporia, though?
Merab. I mean, not talking about Merab.
Ilya
here,
only,
so-
right.
Ilya only has the Charles right now with no fight book.
Yeah.
On the other side, Gail Sonnen explained how Jack Della Maddalena's fight could affect matchups with Islam Makhachev and Ilya Taporia. He said, Jack winning is the only way to have a real chance at those fights. Sonnen also pointed out that nobody expects Jack to win, which makes promoting these fights more difficult and adds importance to every outcome in this scenario.
The only way you are going to get Islam and Ilya is if Jack wins. Now, that doesn't guarantee you Islam Ilya, and it certainly doesn't help to make that fight more interesting, but it's the only way you would even have a chance of getting Islam to weigh 155 pounds again. Now, I share it from that perspective because it really is pivotal.
Sonnen then discussed how weight affects the fight. He compared scenarios where Jack and Islam weigh differently and how a small size advantage could change the outcome. He also highlighted Jack's skill and explained that the fight could be close depending on both fighters' weight and preparation. He added that even small fight differences in speed, reach, or stamina might influence who has the upper hand.
Pivotal? What's so hard about this new pivotal? And if Jack is to win, where does that take him and where does that spin him? Where does his career go? And the reason you can't answer that question, the reason you haven't heard any rumors of that, is nobody's expecting Jack to win. That's a problem for selling out the garden, except you have a reality. And the reality is Jack is one hell of a hard fight. His style and his skill. If Jack weighed 170 and Islam weighed 155, Jack could beat him. If they both weigh 170, it'll make it harder on.
Finally, Sonnen talked about the importance of fan interest and timing. He explained that even a great fight doesn't make money if fans aren't excited beforehand. Hype and anticipation before the fight are key to drawing attention and maximizing revenue. He added that promotions, social media build-up, storytelling around fighters, and early marketing all play a role in creating excitement that can make the event successful financially.
If they were the same and Jack just had that little small advantage, it would be enough. Like, Jack is right there with Islam, but that doesn't matter. It has to be, the only way you can make money is with an anticipation. There has to be an anticipation. It has to be done ahead of time. It does not matter how great a fight is, or if it gets clipped off and it gets put on SportsCenter. It doesn't make any bit of difference.
Moving on, coach Javier Mendes broke down Islam Makhachev's training and adaptability in the camp. He explained that Islam follows instructions closely and can adjust instantly during fights. The focus is on preparing for every scenario, switching strategies round by round if needed, and Mendes emphasized that Islam's discipline and trust in his coaching team make it easier to implement new tactics and respond to challenges effectively.
Look at what Bilal did and try to divert away from that.
What I looked at Bilal is, he stuck just to primarily one thing, was more the stand-up. And with Islam, I've always told everybody, we can switch him second for second, minute for minute, round for round. So whatever Habib and I and the other coaches need to do, we will do. And Islam will follow our instructions. He always has. I mean, if there's one thing I can always say about Islam is that no matter what I say, Habib says we're on the same track, we're not on the same track, he listens to us. So it's going to be our job to make sure if things aren't working, we find out what is going to work, and Islam will follow.
Building on Islam's ability to adjust and follow instructions, Javier highlighted why Jack Della Maddalena is a serious challenge. He explained that JDM's unbeaten streak, diverse striking and strong takedown defenses make him unpredictable. Mendes emphasized that Islam and the coaching team will need to adapt in real time, carefully reading JDM's moves and creating openings to take control during the fight.
What do you think makes JDM so dangerous? What's his best attribute?
I think what makes JDM so dangerous, number one, he's unbeaten for quite a while.
Yeah.
He's had quite a long win streak, and the fact that this guy mixes it up extremely well. He goes to the body, to the head. He doesn't just stick head hunting. He mixes it all up. He goes body, punch, boom, and then all of a sudden a kick comes. And with him, his takedown defense is really, really good also. So we are not in a situation where we can think, we're going to go to the ground, or no, we got to see what he's going to give us. And we're going to have to make him give us something, because I don't know if he's going to. He's really that good.
Following his breakdown of Jack Della Maddalena's striking and defense, Coach Javier stressed that this will be Islam's toughest test yet. He explained that both he and Khabib's main responsibility is to make sure Islam is fully prepared. Mendes emphasized that the fight won't be easy and their preparation must be perfect to handle everything Jack can bring inside the cage.
Yeah, I believe Khabib recently said that's Islam's toughest test. Do you agree?
I'm going to have to 1,000,000% agree with Khabib. I think this is our toughest test, and this is Khabib and my biggest responsibility is to make sure we get Islam on tip-top shape and ready to do what we think and we believe he will do, and that's win. But it's not going to be easy. And if we make it look easy, it's because we were properly prepared and Jack just happened to give us what we needed. But this is by no means a walkover fight. No means. This is a really, really tough fight. And we have immense respect for Jack and their team and what they can do. And so we're prepared, mentally now. Physically, we'll got 2 months before we start camp. We'll go then, but right now we're mentally prepared for what Jack brings, and he brings a lot.
On the other side, Khamzat Chimaev openly stated that he wants to fight Islam Makhachev next. He showed full confidence in his skills, saying he could beat Islam no matter what. Khamzat dismissed any advantage Islam might get from training with Khabib Nurmagomedov, and his comments make it clear that he sees himself as the stronger fighter and is ready to take on Islam, setting up a highly anticipated showdown for fans.
to China to make these belts, bro. I'm gonna throw this shit away when I get home. I just like smashing people and making good money. And I wanna fight Islam next. I'm gonna smash his face in. He's not good, brother. I'm telling you, he's not my level. He can go get help from Khabib. It doesn't matter, bro. I'm gonna smash him.
Adding on, Chael Sonnen talked about Islam Makhachev's role in the UFC now that Khabib has retired. He said Islam carried the division forward and handled the responsibilities well. Sonnen explained that Islam's career is no longer tied to Khabib, and now he's starting his path, facing new challenges while proving himself as a top fighter on his own.
He is the heir apparent to King Khabib's throne. Like, it's a big deal. He's achieved what Khabib wanted him to achieve.
Continuing, Sonnen talked about how people always compare Islam to Khabib. He said these comparisons are awkward, but they show how Islam has grown. Islam has established his own identity and success in the UFC, proving he can dominate the division on his own without relying on Khabib's legacy or support. Sonnen also noted that fans, media, and analysts now recognize Islam's skills and respect his achievements independently.
As an athlete, you would rather serve that master than your own interests. As an athlete, that master's interests becomes your interests. Khabib, when he walked away, wanted Islam to hold down that division. And he did. He succeeded. Islam is now out on his own. He's gonna branch out to something different. I mean, don't forget, it's an uncomfortable conversation that none of us like to have, but everybody's had to have it all the way down to Coach Javier Mendes, which is, who's better, Islam or Khabib? We get asked it all the time. Khabib, slightly better record.
Finally, Sonnen emphasized that Islam is fully independent now. He pointed out that Islam doesn't want comparisons to Khabib, and Khabib respects that. This shows that Islam is stepping out of Khabib's shadow and building his legacy, ready to face new opponents and challenges while establishing himself as a top UFC fighter.
Khabib, slightly better record. Islam, more weeks at #1 pound for pound than Khabib. Khabib, as a matter of fact, guys, only got 1 week, and it was post-mortem. It was after his career. I don't know how much weight you want to put on that. But we're splitting hairs. I mean, that's what this whole thing is when you have the absolute greats, and those two guys don't want that comparison. Islam doesn't want to be called better than Khabib, and Khabib doesn't want to have to step in and say that's little brother. Like, it's one of these awkward things. But I'm sharing for you as proof to my point that Islam is now going out on his own.
Meanwhile, Islam Makhachev spoke about his excitement for the upcoming fight with Della Maddalena. He shared his dream of competing on one of the sport's biggest stages. Islam emphasized how meaningful it would be to fight in a legendary arena, showing how motivated he is to perform at the highest level and make this matchup a memorable moment for his career.
I asked Dana if there's some opportunity to fight in Madison Square Garden. It will be honor for me, fight in the biggest arena for MMA and boxing. It's for legendary arena, and I will be happy to have the opportunity to fight in Madison Square Garden.
Yeah, you deserve it at least one time, Islam. I know this has been a dream. You've said this before.
Yeah.
And they have other champions they can fight in Abu Dhabi. They have Magomed Ankalaev now, so this is your chance.
Yeah. This is my chance, and I want,
Furthermore, Israel Adesanya shared his thoughts on Islam Makhachev's upcoming fight with Della Maddalena. He discussed how tough the matchup will be, especially against a fighter with JDM's size, strength, and scrambling ability. Adesanya explained that Islam may face challenges once he steps into the cage, and fans should expect a fast-paced and highly physical contest.
How are we feeling about that?
I think Della is going to get it done. I feel from talking to Tim and also seeing Della, and also I've only sparred Della once, not really hard crazy, but and I didn't try and take him down at all, but I've seen him at your gym sparring, and his scrambles are crazy.
Yeah, he's good.
Even watching him with Bilal as well, and Gilbert Burns, his scrambles are crazy, and I feel Islam would feel like he bit off more than he could chew once he gets.
Continuing, Adesanya emphasized JDM's physicality and the power behind his strikes. He noted that Islam will have to stay smart and mobile in the fight, avoiding heavy counters while looking for openings. Adesanya's observations underline how JDM's size, movement, and strength create challenges that could test even top-tier fighters like Islam in both striking and grappling exchanges.
It's in there with him because when he puts some things on him, he's like, oh shit, I'm not standing with this guy, I have to take him down. And then he tries, gets him down, and he gets back up, or he couldn't get him down because he's a big dude. People don't realize how big Della is as well. He's solid. So I really
dense,
think,
man, just dense.
Dense, yeah. Like when I felt, like I said, we're sparring, and then it's just a weight behind it, and the way he throws it, the body banging, man. But
What I love about...
Adding on, Alexander Volkanovski shared his insights on Jack Della Maddalena's approach to fighting Islam Makhachev. He explained how JDM focuses on executing his game plan rather than worrying too much about takedowns. Volkanovski highlighted that this mindset allows a fighter to remain confident, stay aggressive, and make smart decisions, showing that being prepared and trusting your skills is key in high-level matchups.
Bilal is he will, you get people that are worried about the takedown, so like, and then they don't fight their fight on the feet. I'm gonna fight my fight and worry about the takedown when it's there.
Exactly.
And that's perfect. You need to be like that. For me, like with Islam, was like, I'm gonna do my thing. Yeah, I'll be worried about it, but at the same time, find the shots to go in, boom, boom, boom. But I'll worry about the takedown when they're
later
there. But
on,
I'll still
once
commit
you
to
realize
things.
you can handle it, then you were just like, fuck this shit, I can handle it.
And the confidence Jack Della is going to have now from getting through that. So no, he's going to be confident. And then there's another one when you're successful with guys that are very dominant there. When you have the success there, then all of a sudden you're like, okay, now you end up even that much better at the takedown. And then he's going to do a lot. We're actually going to get a bit of training in and that as well. Like obviously he's going to do.
Over there.
Hey?
You going over there?
He'll probably come over here, or maybe we'll get we'll see. I might even go over there, whatever they want. I'm happy to do whatever.
I'm just so happy, man. I'm so proud of him because it's like, Anzac United, whenever one of us does it.
With all this insight, it's clear that Islam Makhachev's fight camp is shaping up to be a defining moment in his career. His size, skill, and adaptability, combined with JDM's power and striking versatility, promise a clash full of strategy, heart, and high stakes. Fans can expect an intense, technical battle where every adjustment and decision inside the cage could determine the outcome. Both fighters are pushing their limits in training, testing new tactics, and perfecting their timing. The fight isn't just about strength or skill, it's about intelligence, split-second reactions, and mental toughness. Every exchange, from takedowns to striking counters, could shift momentum, making this matchup a must-watch event that could define the trajectory of both careers. Who do you think will come out on top when Islam Makhachev faces Jack Della Maddalena? Drop your predictions in the comments below.